Every single day, we take the Dan Patrick Show audience gladly, put it on our backs, carry it,
Yep.
hand it off to brother from another every day right here on Peacock, NBC Sports on Peacock. I've not spoken to this gentleman in quite some time, so I'm pleased to have here. We had Michael Holley on last week. So to be fair and balanced, Michael Smith joins us from Brother from Another. We take you to his program in about 15 minutes' time right here on the show. How are you, Michael? How you been?
Good, fair and balanced, kind of like equal time.
Well, I don't want you to be upset or jealous. You know what I'm saying?
God, no.
You know what I mean? I use the word jealous because it makes me and this show look better. So that's why I wanted to say that. How have you been?
No, listen, I mean, I just don't want to ruin the end of your show. You started off by saying how you guys handed off to us.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard me. I was like, how's that working out? I mean, you guys carry Dan's audience, hopefully.
All the way to you.
You know.
And Dan carries a lot every single day. I mean, if you've seen the Dan Patrick Show for quite some time, I mean, you hear what McLovin comes up out of his skull all the time, and then he hands it off to us, and we hand it off to you, which is fantastic.
I hope we're holding it. Is all I'm saying.
I'm sure you are. I have no idea.
Dropping it. I hope we're not dropping the baton.
Well,
I haven't looked into the research on that front.
If I'm not mistaken, you are on the air in 14 minutes, correct? The lights will go on and the microphones will work, right? That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
So far, so good.
There you go.
Do you remember how long have you been doing this?
The everyday, all day, everyday thing. 6 years. 6 years now.
Do you remember show 44? Not specifically. I just mean, do you remember the early days of the shows?
Oh my gosh. I wear the scars every day, emotionally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you're right, man. It's been a while since we talked. I need a pick me up, OG. You know.
What do you need? What do you need?
Just some. You know, I was out the game for a minute on the sideline for a stretch there.
Right.
I'm still getting my legs underneath me.
Okay. All right.
Still getting my routine, my rhythm.
Okay.
Doesn't quite feel right, man. Like, obviously the relationship and the history and the chemistry of Michael Holley goes 20 years.
Yes.
So it's been 20 years in the making, but, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, I know.
No, Michael, that's...
And it's just having these days, man, where sometimes I'm like, damn, you know, like, I can't get this right. Like, even going into today, you mentioned I'm on the air in 12 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And my head's all over the place right now.
Well, I mean, so let me. What are you talking about at the top of your show? Let's do a little preview. What do you guys have all set
We're
up?
talking probably this Rockets drama.
What is yes? Now here's
let's
get into this.
Probably lead off with that.
Okay, let's get into this here. What's the phrase that Woj and Tim McMahon used? Yes, this is
all right,
as you know, Michael, having done this for a very long time, that people who trade in information have to sometimes infuse their language with a hedge or two because, you know, nothing's concrete, nothing's given. So teams make plans, players are expected to, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This is in the all-time Hall of Fame version of that. This was yesterday about Westbrook and Harden, where they said that they had not requested a trade at this point, but yet, what was the phrase that was used, Chris?
Plausible eventual possibility.
That was it.
Wasn't that great?
Incredible.
That's like the triple Lindy right there, and now here we have it.
I've never heard that one before.
It looks like Russell's done it, right? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And if I'm the Rockets, I'm grateful for it because that team's not going anywhere. It's been a fun run. They've tried it and tried it and tried it, various iterations, whether it was Dwight Howard, whether it was Chris Paul, whether it was a cup of coffee with Carmelo Anthony, and now Russell Westbrook. Good run. But the band's broken up. And if you got two guys or even one of those guys coming to you looking for a way out, I'm obliging them because, you know, they're not contending for a championship. They're spinning their wheels. And now come to find out it's been dysfunctional on top of all of that. The issue is going to be, you know, what can you get for Russell Westbrook and that albatross of a contract? If somebody like the Knicks or the Hornets wants to give you anything, I'm jumping at that opportunity. And frankly, I'm asking Harden if he's sure he wants to stick it out. You know, because I'm open to trading Harden. The talk about words that kind of jump out. The idea of them being protective of Harden and Westbrook, like why? Protective of winning 44 games? Protective of losing in the second round? It's like they want to break it up, blow it up, tear it all down. That's where I'm at if I'm Houston.
Now, if you're Houston, you know Morey covets Harden. Who would you from the Sixers ask back? Who would you take back? Let's just play this out.
If I were the Rockets and I was talking to the Sixers, who would I want back?
Correct. That
I want Embiid. It starts with Embiid. I don't think that's a contest for me in terms of the better player between him and Simmons. It starts with Embiid. But if they won't trade one of their stars, and you're just trying to, and that's the thing, if you're trying to unload Harden, then you want as many picks as you can get out of the Sixers, and as many of their young pieces as they'll give you. But if you're looking star for star, which I doubt the Sixers would be interested in,
right,
then I would pick Embiid. But my thing is with Houston is you're not going to get likely equal value for James Harden. You're also not in a position with the lack of assets that they have, given what they've done to try to build a team around him. You're not in a position to improve your team. So you may have to take less for Harden if you're Houston, under the guise of building your future. You know, they won 44 games last year. You know who else won 44 games last year? The Thunder. Like, take a page out of Sam Presti's book and say, you know what? Give me all your picks for my star. And granted, they got Chris Paul back in the Westbrook trade, but Sam Presti seems to have figured out how to keep this thing moving and not compromise his future. If nothing else, set himself up for the long run while still being competitive. So take a page out of that book.
No doubt, man. No question about it. And you have to sit here and think that when Durant and the Thunder were up 3-1 in that Western Conference Finals, do you think that'll be the high watermark of Russell Westbrook's career? Would you think that right now?
Probably.
Right?
Because, I mean, if you're talking about the Hornets or the Knicks, he may go back to averaging a triple-double, but I don't anticipate a scenario in which he's on a contending team. Because if you read the article, it sounds like he wants his own team, or he wants to be the one that's implementing and establishing the culture. He wants to be the leader on and off the court of the team.
I guess then this is the last one. Then this is the last one for you, because I want to make sure you're in your chair on time.
Oh, I'm already in a chair.
Oh, great.
I'm in my home studio. I'm in the chair. I got my coffee.
So
I'm straight.
Do you think Jordan would take Russell Westbrook?
I do to unload contracts like Biyombo or Rozier, and maybe get some other assets back or something. I don't know that he'd do it and give up a high draft pick in the process to get him. But there's also the Jordan Brand relationship too there too as well. So I think he might. I think he's enamored with Russell Westbrook enough to trade some pieces for him. But before I do go, man, I just want some OG advice, man. I want some. Look, I've done this a long time.
Yes.
But every show is different. Every project is different.
It is. And let me just, if you're asking, I'll tell it, okay? And again, I know you got 3 minutes to go. What you and Jamel did was great, okay? Because you did, seriously, because what you and Jamel did was you. It was you. It wasn't what some version of what you thought it should be. It was the two of you doing what the two of you wanted to do. Period. End of story. And because it didn't, if you will, work out, it doesn't mean that what you're doing right now isn't worth a damn. And anything in the beginning never feels like it does the day after, the day after, the day after. This, what we've got going on here, I'm serious. You asked, I'm going to tell you. This is what I would tell you off the air, too. What we've got cooking right here with Florio, into Dan, into me, into you, into Florio, and what's going to be built, this is the place to be. It's a streamer. It's a streamer. It's got NBC Sports behind it. They like it. I enjoy it. Dan enjoys it. You've got your couple of hours with Michael Holley to build on. This is exactly the future. This is exactly the place to be. And the conversation we just had, you bring that with Holley, and let's go. You know what I mean?
I'm having fun. I really am having fun, and I'm glad to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
It's just certain days, man, and even having done this for 20 years, there's still just certain days where I tend to get in my own head sometimes, and I'm like, damn, is this the right rundown? Are we doing the right topics? Are we executing this the right way? And again, we're only,
you're 44 shows in, and your head is the right place to be, Michael, because your head is your own, and you've got your unique take on things, and you and Holly have a unique relationship, and just let it grow. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Totally enjoy it, and and have more takes like this one, and keep talking about the stuff that I do, and then you're great.
Sounds like a plan.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll get your staff to just email me your rundown.
Yes, exactly. Did you hear what Rich had to say today, Michael? Like stuff like that,
Actually, you know what? No, actually, to tell you the truth, Lamar Jackson's in our rundown.
There you go. Hey. You're welcome.
Yes.
You are welcome.
There you go. Thank you. You consider a great teammate.
No, you don't have to say that.
Thanks for the content.
Oh, have a great show. We'll be out there watching.
Now, thanks to you, I feel much better.
Right back at you. Have a blast. That's Michael Smith.
Man, later.
That's Michael Smith. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.